Well, hello. How's my brothers and sisters doing? This is Hawood, and this is going to be an interesting night. Let's start with the book. First, hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. I shouldn't have moved it because I forgot I flipped the page. Yeah. So first, let me close this bad boy. I'll show y'all what it is. Okay. An astonishing, epic, and global discovery. Imperial ambitions and the birth of America. Hey, the dirt, the spots and stuff, they was on there, and I ain't cleaning them all. It ain't no new, so don't worry about it. The fourth part of the world. I'm sorry, y'all. My nose is a little stuffed up. I have this fan blowing in my face. I did a video about the fan. Actually, I just posted it. I was on my way here, to let you know about this stuff. So this fan is old. I found it in the house, same as I found this book, when I was reading last night. And this is like last year. So it says the perfect for somebody who loves biographs, and nonfiction, particularly idea-driven books like Jared Diamond's Guns, Germs, and Steel. The Wall Street Journal. This book is by Toby Lester. This is an interesting picture of America, and there's somebody. And I guarantee you this person wasn't white. Yeah. Alright. Let's go for it. As you notice, I'm giving you. That's what I think I might do. Every time I do a reading, I give you another picture of a book I have. So, if you notice, this book that you're looking at is The Last Giant, which is King Og, who was slain by Moses. Yeah. Listen, y'all. This thing right here is for the thugs on the street. Do you hear me? This thing right here will get you mugged on the street. Do you hear me? So, I want you to know. If I read something and your jaw drops and you trying to get it together, pause the video, and give yourself some thought. So you don't let none of this wonderful, the Most High given, Holy Spirit driven information, you don't let it slide nowhere but in your mind and into your spirit. So your spirit man can stand up and say, listen, y'all, it's about to go down. We about to be free. Let's get it. But I'm going to show y'all this fan. First, I'm going to turn off the oscillating part so you can just see the fan. Okay, so this is the fan. You see it? Bam. And you see it. Now I'm going to turn on the oscillator. That is the oscillator. So the center of the fan spins. And if you notice, the fins are pointing in different directions. Well, one is pointing down. Well, they all look like they're pointing down. So wherever they spin, I wanted to get that piece of paper. I can't never get it. Yeah, so wherever they spin, because this thing drives me crazy in the middle of the night. Alright, here we go. Oh, styrofoam, that's what it is. So wherever it spins, I'll clean it up later. Wherever it spins, it blows air. Alright? Alright. Let's get this thing oscillating again. Because Mr. G Money, he gets hot really fast. I'm a hot-blooded man. So I'm a warm blanket in the winter. Not a big dude, but my body heats up so fast. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Alright. Okay. Tartaria. I wanted y'all to see this. I wanted y'all to see that. Yeah, because these are mountains. Those are mountains. And It says Central Asia, right? But that could be Asia Minor. So be mindful of what you're hearing and what's being said. Be mindful. And I'm going to show you what I mean by be mindful. Alright, so this is chapter 2, Scourge of God. Alright. In this year, that human joys might not long continue, and that the delights of this world might not as long unmix with lamentations and immense horde of that detestable race of Satan. Let me say that again. I'm going to start the whole thing over again. Here we go. This is the caption right up below the picture. In this year, that human joys might not long continue, and that the delights, of this world might not last long, unmixed with lamentations, and immense horde of that detestable race of Satan. Wait just a minute, my brothers and sisters. You remember I said, if y'all watched the video, you know what I'm talking about. I said I needed to find a precept. Remember when I was saying it. I'm gonna knock down all my books. Alright. And another thing, I have a Bible, a small Bible. It has precepts in the middle. I will get it out and show y'all, open it up and show y'all. Anybody that wants it, let me know. I will send it to you as fast as I can. I don't think it's a really old Bible, but it's a Bible. Give me a second. Let me get this out for y'all, because like I said, I knew I was going to find a biblical precept. Because I asked the Most High, hey, listen, Dad, I need your help. I can't go off of me, and I can't go off another man, off of men. I need you to guide and teach me, and that's what I've always asked. I don't ask for man's teaching, because man will teach you his opinion and his vain thoughts. So yes, I will listen to what he's saying, but at the end of the job, I need to hear the truth. You know, I ask straight out, is this the truth? Can you give me the truth, Father? And guess what? I always get it. You know, I asked for this, and I got it. So, let's get it. I'm going to find this precept, because I'm always finding his precepts, boy. I knew he was going to give it to me. I said it, guys. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, man. I'm gonna pause. Hold on. All right, y'all. I know it wasn't a wait for y'all, but it was for me. All right. So here, let me read this piece for y'all again, and then I'm gonna read my precept for y'all. And y'all already know it's my favorite precept anyway. My favorite script anyway. Okay, it says, in this year, that human joys might not long continue, and that the delights of this world might not last long, unmixed with lamentations, an immense horde of that detestable race of Satan, the Tartars. Okay, you hear that, right? Now, I always want to remind y'all that they change words and stuff like that to make sure you don't know who he's talking about. As I'm reading this, I will ask a question. If you want to leave it in the comments, no problem. If you don't, no problem. But I'm going to answer it anyway. But just know. Okay. Isaiah 12 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Right? So they're telling you Satan. This is telling you Lucifer. Okay. And Lucifer and Satan is not the same deity or angel or whatever, because if you go into the book of Joshua, it tells you exactly who Satan is. All right. Isaiah 12 and 20. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial. Wait a minute, is this the one? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, well, yeah, okay. No, sorry. That wasn't the one. All right. Well, I'll just read it anyway. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. So when he's saying, he's telling you, slain thy people, the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the earth with cities. For I will raise up against them, saith the Most High of hosts. All right. You hear that? I'm going to say this, read this last little piece. Well, it's another piece too. And cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith the Most High. I will also make it a possession for the bittering and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the bosom of destruction. All right? Babylon is a city, not a damn country. Let's keep it moving. 29. Rejoice not. Rejoice not thou, O Palestinian. Now, listen. Let's just say that Palestinian over there, they're being oppressed. Who's oppressing them? Let's just say we're using them. Who's oppressing them people? What do those people look like? They tell you that they are these people, but we know they're not. For they are the, seed of, what they would say, Satan, right? Seed of Lucifer. But let's just say it's somebody else. Who's oppressing everybody? There's one people on top oppressing the whole earth. Let's go. Rejoice not, though, thou, whole Palestinian, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. So he's telling them to don't rejoice. You know what I mean? Because the people that are oppressing them, their rod is broken, right? So he's actually saving the people of Palestine, right? It says the rod of him that smote thee is broken. So it's telling you right there. For out of the serpent's root, which y'all call Satan, what I call Lucifer, shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit, that's his children. When a man has a child, it's called fruit. The Most High tells you he will destroy your fruit, meaning your seed, your children. When before a man has a child and a woman is pregnant, there's a seed. But when that child is born, he calls them fruit. So his fruit shall be a fiery flying serpent, right? And the firstborn of the poor shall feed, and the needy shall lie down in safety. So he's talking about us. We're the poor, we're the needy. We're going to lie down in safety. And I will kill thy root with famine, and he shall slay thy remnant. What are these people saying is happening? If you go on this guy's YouTube channel called God Rules, he keeps saying this. Oh, it's a famine coming. Oh, the Antichrist is going to do this, because that's what they believe in. They believe in that bullshit. The Most High is telling you right here, these people, he's going to slay the serpent's children with famine. He's telling you, he's going to kill thy root with famine, and shall slay thy remnant. Meaning they're going to die by the sword and by famine. Well, who is he talking about? He's talking about the heathen, right? He tell you he's going to do this to the heathen. Now you just take the people that's oppressing all these nations and put it together, man. Come on, baby. What's up with y'all? It's okay. It says, where is it? All right, hold on. Where we at? Blah, 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 blah. All right, no, that's it. So there's your precept. So it's telling you this is a detestable race. The Most High is telling you he's going to destroy this race, right? It's telling you Lucifer, his race. This is the children of Lucifer, and they are oppressing people. There's only one people oppressing the world. It says they destroyed the cities and made the world. Matter of fact, let me make sure y'all know that they made the world a desert. Here we go. Hold on, I got y'all. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to make sure so you know what I'm talking about. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake the kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of the prisoners? Ain't our people, ain't millions of people in prison right now, and they won't let them the hell out? Okay. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. That's talking about his own grave. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. Like I told y'all, they don't get the chance to lie and rest in the grave. Their asses gotta roam. Now you know who is destroying the earth. Who is doing all these things to the earth? Huh? You know who's doing it. That's who he's talking about. That's the serpent seed. And if you don't know, something wrong with you. Let's get it. I'm dead up, y'all. All right, let's keep it popping. All right, so it says that detestable race of Satan, or of Lucifer, the Tartars. Now, they're going to go in another direction in a minute when I get into the meat. Understand, they're throwing you off the scent. They don't want you. What the hell? What is this blue line stuff? Y'all see that right here? Oh. I ain't crazy, am I? You see it right there. What is that? Huh? What is it? Oh, maybe it's the light. Maybe this is making the light. All right, I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. That got me. Oh, no, it's the TV. I'm tripping. I'm tripping, y'all. My fault. Yeah, I be on stuff, y'all. I'm sorry. I do. But, so they're going to throw another race of people in there. But again, pay attention to the words so you know they're trying to throw you off their scent. Here we go. The Tartars burst forth. Listen, the Tartars burst forth from their mountain-bound regions. Go to Lex Will's videos. He got the video of talking about white slaves and black slave masters. It talks about these people being enslaved in the mountains, where they made them put stuff in their hair to make their hair kinky, right? Kinky or whatever. Go into that. The brother got the book. I think I got it too, but let's get it. From their mountain-bound regions, the Caucasus people, overrunning the country, covering the face of the earth like locusts. They ravage the eastern countries. Who has covered the face of the earth like locusts? Who has taken over everything and claimed it for theirself? You got these people saying that they're Palestinians. They're you know, those people. They are blended in with them. You got them saying that they're the African, the Hamites. They're blended in with them. You got them saying that they are the Hebrews, the Jews, whatever. Even though Jews just mean one tribe, blended in. They're saying they are culture vultures. You got them literally telling you that only thing they won't say is they us, but they're damn sure trying to now. You literally got them telling you, oh, I'm black, and I ain't black. I'm indigenous. And I don't even want to call myself Hebrew because the Most High said He's going to give us another name. They're going to have that name. So, who is doing this? Who has covered? There's so many of them. They everywhere, right? Who has covered the earth like locusts? Right? They come out of the mountains. Right? Okay. Oh, it get better, y'all, because I got this thing right here. This joint had me tap dancing last night, man. I did the James Brown and everybody else. Let's get it. All right, here we go. Matthew, Paris, 1240. That was the year 1240. Matthew first reported that something was wrong in 1238. Merchants from northern Europe customarily sailed each year to Yarmouth, a fishing port on England's east coast, to buy herring. But in 1238, Matthew noted the merchants never came, and rotting fish piled up in the port markets. That same year, ambassadors representing the Assassins, a widely feared Muslim sect based in Iran and Syria, arrived in England and France and appealed for help. So you got an assassin Muslim sect arrived in France and they're asking for help. Right? What was that? Okay, appealed for help. Matthew wrote on behalf of the whole of the people of the East. It was an extraordinary overture given the relationship between Christians and Muslims at the time, but it was born of extraordinary circumstances. A monstrous and inhuman race of men had burst forth from let me get it. Come on, baby. Burst forth from the northern mountains. Hold on, y'all. Let me ask you a question. You know, my name Question Man tonight too. Let me ask you a question. This is the 1200s. Everybody is melanated. If you're not dark, you're light, but you have pigment. In the summer, your body goes through what you would call a transformation, meaning you darken up. In the winter, you get a little light. You know, you don't turn white, but you get a little light, right? That's what my body do. You know, now, if they are melanated men attacking people, now think about this. The Muslims, what do they call them? They are the assassins, widely feared Muslim sect out of Iran and Syria. These dudes ain't to be played with. They straight murderers. Did you not notice? They said widely feared. They explaining to you they're just like us, but they ain't to be played with. Listen to how they explain, how they describe these people. I'm going to read the whole little paragraph. It was an extraordinary overture given the relationship between the Christians and Muslims at the time, meaning the Christians and the Muslims did not get along at all. So now it's like, oh, what's going on? But it was born of extraordinary circumstances. Listen, a monstrous and inhuman race of men. Why would you call somebody inhuman and monstrous? You know why? They don't have melanin. They don't look like everybody else. What the hell are they? Think about that. Imagine you never seen this before in your life, and you see these people coming. No color at all. Just turning beet red from the sun. Women ain't got no ass, no hips. Just straight like a damn board. You know what I'm saying? Straight hair look like a shaggy dog. Think about that. They called these people a monstrous, inhuman race of men that burst forth from the. Listen how they describe the Muslims. The assassins, widely feared Muslim sect based in Iran and Syria. So they telling you these Muslims ain't to be played with. They straight killers. But they calling these people monsters. But watch how they try to throw you a curveball. Watch this when I get to the next part. Just watch. So they says, these, a monstrous and inhuman race of men had burst forth from the northern mountains, the ambassador announced, and had taken possession of the extensive, rich lands of the east. The invaders were called Tartars, and they came, Matthew reported, from the Caspian Mountains or the adjacent places, the northeastern limits of the world as it was portrayed on the Mapamunda, led by the most ferocious man named Khan. Do you believe that? Do you know what Khan is? Khan does not mean what they threw you a curveball. Khan mean priest. Right? Or praise or something like that. But you know, we say that Khan. So they're trying to tell you that this is Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan did not destroy or rule over the whole earth. Hey, he got his thing off. You know what I mean? Which I'm seriously thinking that Genghis Khan was our people. We probably was Joshua or David. I'm just seriously thinking about that. But come on, man. They look just like us. Everybody damn near, we all got the same tone, right? So they knew. You think they didn't know about David and all of them? They knew. They knew. Why they calling them monsters? Because they just threw your curveball, y'all. They threw your curveball. They're not going to let you know who they are. And Genghis Khan, I don't remember him coming out in no mountains. I don't remember them living in no mountains. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I know like hell, this ain't talking about them. Because it said they took over the whole earth. The whole earth. Witchcom didn't even take over the earth. And you're not going to sit there and say, oh, the parts they knew. They knew of the fourth part. This is why it's the book. They knew of it. So it ain't, come on, let's go. Come on, y'all. Use your spiritual eyes. Don't use these ding-dong ghetto eyes that they taught us to use. Use them joints that the Most High got for us. You know what I'm saying? Them 10-10 vision, not 20-20. They 10-10. Them joints is spectacular. You know what I'm saying? You can see everything. You can see the bone marrow. Matter of fact, you can see what make the bone marrow. That's the eyes you gotta use. Them super spirit eyes. Get out of there. You know what I'm saying? The Superman X-ray vision joints. Let's get it, man. Some Mr. Manhattans, where you break down molecules and everything. Let's get it. Let's go. Where we at? The Tartars. Caspian Mountains. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm hyped now. So it says, named Khan. The Tartars had overrun vast stretches of Muslim territory and had already ravaged Greater Hungary lands on the southwestern side of the Ural Mountains. That is in present-day Russia. If Christians and Muslims didn't immediately put aside their differences and work together to repel the marauders in Muslim territory, the ambassadors claimed all of Europe itself would soon be under attack. So what happened to the Hebrews? What happened to David? What happened to our people? Right? With our, all our great power. You telling me that Genghis Khan doing this? Because something ain't right, y'all. Yeah. Something ain't right. Let's go. All right, what was that? Hey. Okay, here we go. Among these, at the English court, we heard the assassin's appeal was the Bishop of Winchester. So, okay, let me read that again. Among those at the English court who heard the assassin's appeal, okay, I'm sorry, was the Bishop of Winchester. By Matthew's account, the bishop reacted with contempt. Let us leave these dogs to devour one another. He scoffed that they may all be consumed and perish. And we when we proceed against the enemies of Christ who remain, will slay them and cleanse the face of the earth, so that all the world will be subject to the one Catholic Church, and there will be one shepherd and one fold. But Matthew wasn't so dismissive. Where have such people who are so numerous till now be concealed? He wrote. Who were these Tartars? So, you telling me that the Hebrews were the Catholic Church? Now remember this. I want y'all to understand and hear what I'm saying, y'all. The original church were melanated first, before these people came and changed it to what it is now. Remember that. The Romans, all of them, the whole thing. So, now just a little bit past this, they came over to here, and you know what happened. But let's keep it moving. Come on. Okay. Let's see. I need to put my finger at where I leave at, because I stop and I don't even. Oh man, I really lost where I was at. All right, hold on, y'all. Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, all right, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. All right, so I'm gonna just go right back to this part. It says, but Matthew wasn't dismissive. Where have such people who are so numerous till now been concealed? He wrote. Who were these Tartars? Grappling with such questions, Matthew and the others looked to the Bible and the Mappa Mundi for help. What they found there soon made apocalyptic alarm bells began to sound in their heads. A race of diabolical warriors from a mountainous region far off in the northeast, bent on devastation of the Christian West. This sounded a lot like Gog and Magog. Matthew devoted long entries in his chronicles to the Tartars. Much of what he wrote derived from a report by a Hungarian friar named Julian, one of the first Europeans to describe the invaders in any detail. During the mid-1230s, Julian had left his homeland and traveled east in search of converts to Christianity. And in 1237, he had located a community of pagan ethnic Hungarians living near the Ural Mountains. To his delight, he had discovered that they spoke his language, but they had reported alarming news and ominous force of Tartars, fearsome horsemen and archers. What came over here? Fearsome who? Yeah, and they were on who? Yeah, okay. Julian would later write, with heads so great, that they did not seem to fit their bodies. He amassed some 15 days to the east, and they intended to devastate all the land which they could subjugate. Okay. What is this starting to sound like to y'all? Because I know what it sounds like to me. Although Julian did not know it, the invaders called themselves Mongols. Of course they did. All right, let's keep going. And they were preparing to move into Western Europe. Julian, informants almost certainly described the Mongols to him not as Tartars, but as Tartars. Not as Tartars, but as Tartars. The name of one of the many tribes who formed part of the Greater Mongol Empire. But many educated Europeans quickly associated the name with Tartarus, a Latin name for the underworld, and soon begun using the name Tartars widely, a fitting description for a race of warriors apparently unleashed from hell. The Mongols originally were a tribe from the region of Lake Baikal to the north of Mongolia in modern-day Russia. But by the time Julian heard about them, they had become a multi-ethnic foundation of nomadic tribes ruled from the high Mongolian plateau, a region of bitterly cold winters, surely hot summers, and vast open expanses of desolate terrain. The tribes had been united at the end of the 12th century by the leader originally known as Temujin, who in 1206 was declared their undisputed leader. Temujin then proceeded to launch an astonishing series of military campaigns, that by the time of his death in 1227 put him in control of the largest contagious land-based empire. I think this is contagious. I don't know. Whatever. Land empire in history. One that extended from China in the east of the Caspian Sea in the west, and from Siberia in the north to northwest India in the south. Temujin and the Mongols considered their campaigns of conquest to have been ordained by the supreme sky god, Tenjirai, whatever, and the whole world they believe was a Mongol empire in the making. Through the power of God, Great Khan Gauk would announce to the West in 1246, all empires from sunrise to sunset have been given to us, and we own them. Those who refused to submit to Mongol rule were rebels against the divine power. Listen to what I'm reading. Against the divine plan, and punishment for this refusal was often the outright slaughter of whole cities and people. The conquests led by Temujin were legendary, and to celebrate them, the Mongols harmlessly bestowed on them the title Fierce Ruler, or Chenghis Khan. Today, thanks to an imperfect Arabic translation, oh, my fault, transliteration, sorry, of that name, he is widely known as Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan recognized that his people, a resilient horsemen, accustomed to lives of hardship and deprivation and perpetual motion, were natural warriors. Alright, listen, bro. Not even, let's say 150 years later, 200 years, they was over there fucking us around. Excuse my French. But they was, so it couldn't have been us. Not on this time frame they saying. And then we don't live in extreme cold and extremely hot regions. We live in cold and hot and mild. We have 4 seasons, not 2. They say extremely cold and extremely hot. Right. Just, you gotta, the thing is, y'all, listen, we have to pay attention to the words. Yeah, they can be sitting there, telling you that it's these people. They can be doing that. But, let's look at this. I'm going to show you something. Year 1066, the year of the conquest. And you read this book, the conquest went all the way into the time that I'm reading now and past. But I'm going to keep it moving. Where was I at? I did it again. Oh, no, I didn't. All right. They traveled with huge numbers of spare horses, and by using them in rotation, managed to travel up to 100 miles a day, a distance far greater than any other army of the time could travel as nomads. They knew how to live off the land and the people they conquered. And the people they conquered. Sound like they stole their what? Heritage. But during times of privation and hard travel, they could sustain themselves by drinking the blood of their own horses. Hello. All praises to the Most High. Boom. He is putting jewels, markers, and a bread trail to let you know who the hell this is. Let me explain this to you. The same way they came and took us down with the help of the Most High, this was ordained. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. And the Most High made sure they were able to take over the earth so we can have this shit now so that his word will be done. And everything he said does not come back void. This is how they have the earth. Come on, y'all. Come on. Listen. What did they just say? What did they just say? Drinking the blood of their own horses. Who do we call vampires? Woo! And if necessary, by eating them. Such practices, coupled with the ferocity the Mongols displayed in battle, fed rumors in Europe of the Mongols as cannibals and savages. Yeah, y'all, come on, man. Y'all know, y'all hear it. The men are inhuman and of the nature of beasts. What did the Most High tell you? The beast what did he say? You will be subjugated to the beast of the earth. Did he not tell you that? Am I lying to y'all? And what they do, took the light from us so that we would be the beast of the earth, because our power was putting his foot in our ass, and he still is. So if you think somebody died for you, for your sins, what's the point of him putting his foot in our ass? Because he said, I will redeem you. I am coming to save you. He didn't say I'm sending a motherfucker. He said, I'm coming. Come on, y'all. Man, I love it when he send that spirit and you know, my brain starts to go retarded. You know what I mean? Like that spirit man get up inside me and start tripping. You know what I mean? All right, where we at? Where we at? Where we at? All right, battlefield. All right, so they call these people cannibals and savages. The men are inhuman and of the nature of beasts. Matthew Paris reported, rather to be called monsters than men, thirsting after and drinking blood, and tearing and devouring the flesh of dogs and human beings. Do we have to pull out the conquest of America? Do we have to do that? We have to do that and go back and you know, I had the brother pull out the dogs of the conquest, so you know we can start matching this stuff up with y'all, so we can show y'all that the devil, the Lucifer children was doing their job. Hold on, y'all. All right, so we got another picture. Let me show you young people this. Wabaka. Now they got you with a whole kung fu guy, but they're cooking people. Yeah. All right, so let me read the little joint. Don't fall for the okie doke. The Mongols through Western eyes, slaughtering, cooking, and feasting on their captives. Listen, there's a movie out. It was, you know, in the 60s and 70s, talking about, you know, drug dealers and stuff. And the man, actually, it's two movies. It was the one with what was the drug dealer movie with the bull? He played God, what was his name? Superfly. He makes a point about a certain people. He said he hired the best killers, vicious killers, white people. That's what he said. Then there's another movie out, and the boy was saying that. He said, I'm gonna hire white killers because they will sit there and tie you up, rape your wife, and eat your children in front of you. What? Huh? If I gotta find a movie and pull that scene up, he said they will tie you up. He was telling the boy, he said, don't make me call these contracts, these white people I got for contract killers. He said they will tie your family up, rape your wife, and cook and eat your children in front of you before they kill you. Why would you put that in a movie? Let's go. The Mongols' savagery was calculated. They wanted their reputation to precede them. Often, on the eve of an invasion, they would send advance word of their mission of conquest to their adversaries and would demand submission without a fight. Eventually, is that eventually? Inevitability, sorry y'all, many opponents would, I don't know this word, act with something, having already heard terrifying rumors about what would happen to them. Did they not do that? Wasn't a lot of our people giving up because of the savagery they heard that these conquistadors were doing, right? Isn't that true? Okay. Stuff is really starting to match up a little bit here, young. Submission without a fight. Okay. Having already heard terrifying rumors about what would happen to them if they did not. And as a result, when the promised invasion eventually did take place, the Mongol ranks would already be swollen with captives. Some would be forced to fight as foot soldiers on the front ranks. Others would be enlisted as guides, interpreters, engineers, and spies. Did that not happen over here? So you telling me we got the same war tactics, but they're telling you it's another people. But it's the same war tactics. The same. Okay. And then it's close to the same time, too. But, it's another people. Sure. Most Europeans, you got to understand, too. 1200s, the earth was melanated. They called that the what ages? The dark ages. Meaning that it was a bunch of chocolates running around. Yeah, a bunch of brownies. Light skin, brown skin. Anybody that got a little earth tone to them. There you go. Come on, baby. Come on, y'all. I know my brothers and sisters smart. Y'all, come on, man. Listen, why you watching the video and you can't get it? You don't see it. Put that thing on pause, go in the bathroom, say, oh, wow, Most High, send me the Holy Spirit so I can see what you see. So I can hear what you hear. You know what I'm saying? So me and my brothers, my sisters, we all can be on the same frequency. Let's get it. Alright. Most Europeans had heard of the Mongols before Julians encountered them. But the Mongols had ventured into Eastern Europe before, in 1223, near the end of the raid that swept around the southern end of the Caspian Sea and into the Caucasus. One of the Genghis Khan's field armies had made what is this? Oh man, I can't think of the word, y'all. Oh, reconnaissance mission. I'm sorry. Into what today is southern Russia, but I thought they said they came from Russia. But okay, when yeah, I'm quite sure southern and North Russia is one's above and one is the bottom, one at the top. Okay, but this was a standard practice. The Mongols regularly explore areas beyond their control to gather information about areas of weakness they might exploit in their later campaigns. Their incursion into Russia took the locals completely by surprise. Unknown tribes came. One Russian chronicler wrote. If you notice, they're saying tribes. They ain't saying no damn, how they put it. I can't even think of how they put it, but you know what I'm talking about. A chronicler wrote, None knows who they are or whence they came, nor what their language is, nor of what race they are, nor what is their faith. Okay, can I say something? So you gonna tell me the way they tell you the Mongols are Asian? That's what the way they tell you, right? They told you they look Asian, right? Asiatic type of people, whatever. The chinky eyes, right? That's the way they put it out there, right? And then you got some people saying that they were Hebrews or whatever, right? Dark people. So if the whole earth is dark during this time, they should at least recognize something. They should know something. And then our people were all over the place, right? Listen to what they just said. And remember, our people was in Russia too. The catacombs of Russia. Oh yeah, baby. Great good. And them niggas was dark. Well, them Nagas was dark. That's why I'm trying to change that to Nagas all the time. Alright. Let me get to that part again. I lost it again. He says, none knows who they are or whence they came. So they never seen these people before. And believe me, they had maps of lands and stuff. Look, if you go and buy, cause I'm gonna order that memory stick that Drop got. I'm gonna get the grown man John, right? But he got maps of everything. So they had chroniclers, people going everywhere, right? Right? He said, or whence they came, right? He said, nor what language is. So their language was unknown, right? Right? So just like Judah was reading, the language was different. There was no English, no Spanish, none of that shit. They spoke a Hebrew or some form, the one world language, right? or anything that's close to that language, right? It wasn't no fucking English, excuse my French. All their language is nor of, wait a minute, which they came, nor what language is nor of what race they are, nor what their faith is. So if you got maps of different lands, cities, everything, that means that you have to be able to converse with the people to know the name of the city, and to be able to go into somebody's land and, you know, be able to take drawings or however they did it, whatever. You know, you got to be able to go into, you have to ask permission to do these things, right? They don't know nothing. They can't even speak to them. But they telling you that these Asians, dude, you got melanated monks all up in China and everywhere, all over the walls. I put a video up where the man was doing the video talking about a Shaolin temple that was closed for 500 years. And the man that was interviewing, he said, well, why is the monks, the Shaolin monks up there, why are they black? And he said, oh no, that's just to signify that one is a woman and one is a man, or some shit he said like that. Or he said it was rust. So he said, no, yeah, he said it was some type of rust or something. And he said, so why is it just their face and hands and legs? He said, why are their garments not? And dude said, well, I can't talk about it. He just like brushed him off and went to the next joint. So like, come on. And dude was pale as a motherfucker. The one that's supposed to be, you know, Chinese, the original. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, man. Listen. They don't know the language. They don't know where the hell they came from. Pretty much they never seen them before. This is the first time they encountered these dudes. Now, my thing is this. We knew everything. Everybody, the people knew everything. You know what I'm saying? The world was known. These motherfuckers came out of nowhere all of a sudden. These motherfuckers just slid out of a hole in a rock. Like, what? And where are they running to right now? Where's the Most High said their asses running to? That he gonna dig them out of. The holes in the damn rocks, the mountains. Right? That's what he said. Where did this say he came from? The damn mountains. Come on, y'all. Use your damn brain. They just changed the names. They don't want you to know it's them, because that right there is going to tell you they don't have an origin. They went conquering, stealing. Damn. Nigga. All right, let's get it. All right, where I'm at. All right, so he said, whence they came, nor what language is, nor of what race they are, nor what their faith is. They don't even know what the hell they are. And you don't think they don't know all the melanated races of the earth in 1200s? Come the fuck on, man. The Mongols demanded submission. Who the hell that sound like? The Russians refused. And the Russians were colored in. And on March 31st, 1223, the Dark Ages, a major battle broke out. Because niggas don't be going for it. Well, Nagas. Near Kalka River, 18,000 Mongols and some 5,000 Allied troops took on a force of 40,000 Russians, and the Mongols won decisively. In celebration of their victory, they placed a set of wooden planks on top of 6 captured Russian princes, creating a makeshift table, and decked it out with lavish celebratory feast. They then gorged themselves as their captives slowly suffocated under the weight of the feast. Tell me who do that? Who does wicked, crazy shit like that? And we got story after story after story of the same stuff being done over here, and they wasn't no goddamn fucking Mongols. Come on, man. By then, they done inseminated that whole area. Remember, they took that side first. Then they came over in here and took this part. Come on, y'all. I'm reading it to you. I'm reading it. Tell you they went from one part to the other part. They took over the whole fucking earth. And this book is called The Fourth Part. So when they took over the first, second, and third part, the fourth part is the last part. Come on. They changed the name. Shit. All right. As quickly as they had arrived, the Mongols disappeared. We know, and listen, the reason why they won is because the Most High is with them. This was ordained to happen. He wanted this. It had to happen, so he can wipe their asses out. And this is where the wheat is getting mixed in with the what? The tears. Wake up, baby. Wake up. Our people wanted to be like them. Now we like them. We got a whole good 500, probably 1,000 years of. Now, if you count in 1492, and our people was over there too, and they started conquering in the 1200s. Oh shit. We got to do some math again, because it said all of Israel went into captivity. So if we were all over the world and they took over this side first, that side first, and that started in the 12s, and they didn't get over here to the 14s, somebody gotta do some math again. Fucked up the whole 400 years, I tell you that much. All right. Where we were. Okay, and the Mongols disappeared. We know not where they hid themselves again. The Russian chronicler wrote in the uneasy calm after their departure stories about what had happened in in other parts of the Caucasus. Where you think they hid at, y'all? They ran their asses right back up in the mountains like they do. And that's what they gonna do when our daddy come and we start getting that superpower and putting our foot in their asses. This is why he said we gonna dig them out them fucking holes in the rocks, because they gonna run their asses back to their caves. Where they building their bunkers at? In the mountains. Huh? In the holes in the ground. Because that's what they are. They are Tartars. They come from hell. Caucasus. Parts of the Caucasus begin to surface and reach points further west. Oh, let me just start that part over. All right. The Russian chronicler wrote, in the uneasy calm after their departure, stories about what had happened in other parts of the Caucasus began to surface and reach points further west. The Tartars entered our land bearing the cross in front of them. Oh my fucking God. Hello. Huh? Wait a minute. What happened? What happened? What did I tell y'all? Didn't I tell you Dad told me? Didn't I tell? The fuck did I just tell y'all? Excuse me, I got a curse. What did I tell you? So you telling me the Mongols had crosses? Huh? Yo, how do they depict the Mongols? As Chinese, as Asians, right? So is the Mongols really Asians, or were they the pale faces? Huh? What happened? Let's get it. Hold on. Dang, what the hell happened here? Oh, my book fell. Yeah. Don't be coming up in here with that bullshit. You can get out. Talking about something in here. You know what I'm talking about. But, alright. So the Caucasus began to surface and reach points further west. The Tartars entered our land bearing the cross in front of them. One Gregorian writer reported to the Pope, and in this way appearing to be the Christians. What did they do? What did I tell you? They go and they steal your culture. Damn. Appearing to be Christians by they deceived us. What do they do? Huh? Huh? What did they come here and say? What are they saying they are now? Huh? Come on, y'all. What's wrong with you? Wake up. Wake that spirit man up, man. You believe. Listen. Hear that voice. He talking. You better listen. Queen. Ooh, let me try to say this name. Rasudan, sorry, of Georgia, made a similar observation. We took no precautions against them, she wrote, because we believe them to be Christians. At the sight of the cross-bearing Mongols armies, one Armenian chronicler reported. Some locals had assumed them to be the armies of Magog, the legendary Oriental kings of the Bible. You see that? What are they doing, y'all? And had greeted them with open arms. The locals were massacred on the spot. The Mongols had learned well from their captive informants. For decades, Christians in the area had been nurturing a religious fantasy, and the Mongols seemed to have played it to their advantage. The fantasy was this: a wealthy and powerful Christian priest king from the east had for some time been making his way toward the west, a direct descendant of the Magi. He was known as Prester John. You see what they're doing? We are not Christians. Bullshit. Bullshit. They live in a fantasy. Now, if they were serving the Most High, do you think he would allow them to take them down? If Christianity or anything that has something to do with a cross or any of that shit that they doing from the 1200s now till now had something to do with the Most High, you think they would have been getting taken down? Come on, y'all. Come on. So that tell you right here, all that Jesus Christian bullshit that everybody believes in is crap. It's crap. Right here. Because they was heavy into the Jesus. Heavy. And if these people, and during those times there weren't no white people, so that means that the Jesus dude had to be what? Melanated. And what is happening to them? Foot and ass. Right here just destroyed the whole Yahushua Dark Jesus story right there. Because if the Most High, if that was truth and had something to do with the Most High, and them dudes were serious about their Jesus back then, they were dead serious about it. So if that had proof, and that, if that was true, they would not be getting taken down by these wicked ass men. These dudes is crazy, man. They drinking blood and every damn thing else. Fuck out of here. Alright. The Magi, Prester John. And he was on a mission to unite the Christians of the east to the west. Do you really believe that? So Prester John is what they say is David, right? You really think David don't know what the Most High told him to do? And you really think that the people of the Most High gonna get took down by some savage ass motherfuckers drinking blood? Unless they are what? What did they say? If they are in line with their power, sit your ass down. But if they are sinning, we can fuck them up. And yes, I'm saying it like that. You know why? Because right here, they're telling you, Christian, church, bishops, everything. That means Jesus is in play. This is the 1200s. This is the dark ages. That means your Jesus is black because he did not get turned white yet. So that means the black Jesus right there is not, he's an idol. He's an idol because they're getting foot in their ass. And where's they black Jesus? And why is the Most High not coming to save them? Why? Because listen, and I'm dead serious. Those people were serious about that shit back then. I gotta find a book, but I got a book. It's talking about what's his name? The boy that they named Jesus after. They did the painting after Caesar Borgia, where they would fast. Them motherfuckers would fast, yo. Like when they about to go to war, they would fast. And I'm talking about they would drink milk, goat milk, and eat I forgot what kind of roots it was. And they would do it for a month or months. No meat, no sex, no nothing. Them dudes was serious about that shit. So you telling me They are doing what you would call correct with the Jesus shit. And these savage people come and putting foot all up in their ass. I mean, the whole big toe with the heel, the bunion, the corn, even the rust part. The skin that came off. Come on, man. This right here just killed the whole black Jesus shit right here. Because, again, if they were on in pocket, this would not be happening. Just like the I forgot what scripture was, but just like he said, when they in pocket, leave them the hell alone. But if they out of pocket, oh, we can do what we want. Exactly. Well, man, come on, y'all. Come on, man. Shit. Thank you, Father. I love the Most High. I eat the truth. All right. All right. So, the Christians of the West and East, to defeat Muslim armies everywhere, he found them, and to take back Jerusalem from all time, for all time. 1200s, did we have Jerusalem? Did they take Jerusalem from us? Or they burned down Jerusalem when? When did Jerusalem get burnt down for the last time? Happened during the time of Columbus, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, it did, right? Because they tell you when they land in the city, right? So what the hell is they talking about? Taking back Jerusalem. From where? So Jerusalem over there again. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Now, again, the super spirit eyes, you should be able to see through all these lies. All right, I'm going to read that whole part again. So it says the Magi, he was known as Prester John. And he was on the mission to unite the Christians of East and West to defeat Muslim armies everywhere. He found them. And to take back Jerusalem for all time. Although the armies who arrived in the Caucasus in 1223 turned out not to be the armies of Prester John. His legend lived on in the centuries that followed. And we rode dragons. So we would have been got there. They used to fear dragons. That's why they got movies. Scared of those dragons. Because that's what we came over there and burnt they shit up with. Come on, man. Like, yo, listen. I swear, if somebody get up here and say something dumb, don't throw yourself off a roof. Because you's an idiot. There's no way you can't see this. If you can't see this, then I'm sorry to tell you, the most I ain't fucking with you. Alright, so let me keep going. Alright, although the armies who arrived in the Caucasus at 1223 turned out not to be the armies of Prester John, his legend lived on. In the centuries that followed, rumors about the great king would take on a life of their own. And the desire to locate him and his distant eastern kingdoms would play a critical role in motivating the Europeans' exploration of both Asia and Africa. Again, if this is the Dark Ages and they are our people, right? How the hell they don't know? How's they not in communication with David, right? You know why? Because during the time of that exploration, the Palefaces done took over everything. So now they don't know nothing. I'm just using it like that. So now our people was taken down and they are in rulership over there. They don't know shit. And you think our people gonna tell them something? Unless you a coon. And we had plenty of those. But you see what I'm saying? Come on. Alright. Desire to locate him in the distant eastern kingdoms would play a critical role in motivating the Europeans' exploration of both Asia and Africa. But we got a problem also. We know for sure now that the explorers Christopher Colombo and all those other Spaniards were melanated. We got a problem. We got a problem. Let's keep it moving, though. I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole nother book. Let's keep it going. The first surviving mention of Prester John dates from 1145. It derives from a Syrian prelate named Hugh, who had traveled to Europe that year to make an appeal for a new crusade. Christian forces had successfully established themselves in the Holy Land at the turn of the century. What Holy Land? You see that? But those forces were now quickly losing ground to advancing Muslim armies. So this has been going on since the 1100s. They have made up a whole nother Jerusalem since the 1100s, y'all. No, my fault. The Prester John was around in the 1100s. I don't think they give you a date. Matter of fact, let me just do it again. So the first surviving mention of Prester John dates from 1145. It derives from a Syrian prelate named Hugh, who had traveled to Europe that year to make from the 1100s. So that bullshit that's been going on over there, the desert, has been going on since the 1100s. Yeah, it's been going on since the 1100s, y'all. And we know like hell that is not Jerusalem. We know that. All right. Hold on. Successfully established themselves in the Holy Land. So they telling you that they took Jerusalem. Where's the Hebrews? Because they talk about Muslims. Where we at? Oh, my fault. We were in captivity in the 1100s too. Come on, man. See what I'm talking about? At the turn of the century, but those forces were now quickly losing ground and advancing Muslim armies, and the Latins what is that? Outremer. I don't even know what is that Outremer? No, Outremer. All right, Outremer desperately needed help. Hugh made his appeal personally to Pope Eugenius III on November 18th, 1145. So they were fighting over that desert that time, right? And you had the Spaniards fighting also. Yeah, the Latins, they Spain. Yeah. And during his visit, also met with a bishop named Otto of Freising, who later recorded an account of his conversation with Hugh. It's in Otto's account of that conversation that Prester John makes his first appearance. Bullshit. First appearance. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. Hugh told Otto that the situation for Christians in the Holy Land was dire, but then went on to report news of a promising development in the East. He related that not many years before, Otto recorded a certain John, a king and priest who dwells beyond Persia and Armenia in the uttermost east, and who with all his people is a Christian but a Nestorian, made war on the brother kings of Persians, putting the Persians to flight with dreadful carnage. Prester John accustomed, I don't know what's going on with me, accustomed to call him, finally emerged victorious. If the Most High was with any body that's fighting, there is not going to be finally. There's going to be foot ass you gone. That's what it's going to be, because he tells you, we go a day behind him because he's going to clear the way. Come on, man. Do y'all read the scriptures? Like, we got to read the scriptures, because it's no way that we should be falling for the shit. Alright. He says he finally emerged victorious. What do you mean finally? Okay. You see what I'm saying? Hugh said that after the victory, The aforesaid John moved his army to the aid of the church in Jerusalem. Do you hear this bullshit? Church in Jerusalem. But that when he had reached the Tigris and was unable to transport his army across the river. So you telling me, listen, I want you to understand what's going on here. Prester John, supposed to be David, right? Moved his army to the aid of the church in Jerusalem. Now the Most High deal with churches all of a sudden. But that when he had reached the Tigris and was unable to transport his army across the river, he was forced to return home. Does anybody remember the Most High stopping a river for the Ark of the Covenant to cross? You remember that, right? And Joshua made the stones, built the stones up there. And I forgot the name he called the river. Do anybody remember the Most High making the ocean open up so that we can pass through, and they would swallow up the Egyptians? Do anybody remember that? Do anybody remember these great wonders that the Most High did? But all of a sudden, this is supposed to be David. He can't get across a river at all, right? And he had to go home because what happened to his dragons? What happened to his air force? What happened to his power? What happened to the Most High that goes before him to lead, to make the way before them? You see what I'm saying? They are putting shit in here to justify the bullshit that they've been doing. Come on, man. They just called Genghis Khan a page or two ago. What did he call him? Oriental. But they telling you that Prester John came from the Oriental. They just told you that. So you telling me he didn't see the bull? Get the fuck out of here. All right, let's keep it moving, man. He was forced to return home. It is said that he is a lineal descendant of the Magi, of whom mention is made in the gospel, and that ruling over the same peoples that they govern, he enjoys such great glory and wealth that he uses no scepter save one of emerald, inflamed by the example of his fathers, who came to adore Christ in his manger. Oh, I want y'all to hear this. That's all. He had planned to go to Jerusalem, but by reason of foresight, he was prevented. So men say. So first he's David, because they said he ruled, the great land or whatever. Well, I read that, right? And now all of a sudden he's one of the he's the descendant of one of the three wise men, one of the Magi that came to see an idol laying in a goddamn basket, in a barn. Everybody else, I ain't even gonna get into that bullshit. But if true, this was encouraging news indeed. Wow. The story of Prester John would be told repeatedly in the decades that follow, but it might well have vanished from memory had not a curious letter of the great literary hoaxes of all time begun to circulate in Europe in 1165. Purportedly written by Prester John himself. All right, so he wouldn't have seen Genghis Khan there because it was in the 1100s, and the boy was running around in 12 1220s and shit, 1220s, 1230s. But irregardless, who wrote the letter, and are why are unanswerable questions? All that can be said is that its author was probably a well-read Western cleric who had spent time in the Holy Land. The letter may have been composed to generate support for a new crusade, or in may simple have been a joke. Whatever it was, it seems to have been accepted as genuine. And in the decades and centuries that followed, it would circulate widely, translated into many different languages, and would exert as a lasting influence on the ways in which Europeans imagined the East. Alright, I'm going to read this last part, y'all, and then I'm going to give y'all my closing arguments because it's some bullshit. This part is. Prester John introduced himself imperiously in the letter. I, Prester John, who reigned supreme, he announced, exceeding riches, virtue, and power, all creatures who dwell under heaven. He ruled. I'm not talking about the Prester John part. I'm talking about what they telling you happened. Because there is like stuff over here that's about him too. He ruled over 72 vessel kings. He continued. What is it? The 70 shepherds, or is it 72 shepherds that's supposed to look over us? That's something to look into. All right. He continued the 12 archbishops. He fed 30,000 soldiers each day at tables made of gold. I don't know what that means. Amethyst or something, and emerald. He maintained a great army dedicated to protecting Christians everywhere. And he had dedicated himself to waging perpetual war against the enemies of Christ. Sound like a white man. He then proceeded to describe the manner in which he and his men rode into battle, and this description may well have been what the inhabitants of the Caucasus had in mind when some 60 years later they saw cross-bearing Mongols armies advancing towards them. When we ride forth to war, Prester John explains, our troops proceed by 13 huge and lofty crosses made of gold and ornamented with precious stones instead of banners, and each of these is followed by 10,000 mounted soldiers on 100,000 infantrymen. When we go out on horseback on ordinary occasions, there is borne before us a wooden cross without decoration or gold or jewel, so that we may be reminded of the passion of our Lord, their Lord Jesus, and his rights, Jesus Christ. Prester John was both specific and vague when it came to describing where he was from. Our magnificence dominates the three Indies. He wrote, and extends the further India, where the body of St. Thomas the Apostle rests. It reaches through the desert toward the place of the rising of the sun. In the early Middle Ages, Europeans knew India as little more than a distant and mysterious part of the world. It's talking about over here, somewhere to the east of the Holy Land. But by the 12th century, they had begun to divide it into three parts. So they're talking about where they're at, the three parts, not talking about over here, but they knew that it was here, right? Nearer India, the northern part of the Indian subcontinent, and points east. Further India, the southern part of India, and the spice producing regions of Far East, the Middle India, Ethiopia, and other African kingdoms, which in the TO scheme were considered a part of Asia, since they were on eastern side of the Nile, Asia Minor, like I was saying. The division may may seem odd to us today, but substitute East for India, and you get something like our own particular way of dividing Asia and Near East and Far East and the Middle East. Yep, they're lying, but okay. By the early 1200s, the myth of Prester John had been taking root in Europe, and the Holy Land, Jerusalem, by now was once again in Muslim hands, and the idea of yet another crusade, the fifth, was taking shape. One of its components was the Bishop of Arc Jacques de Vitry, and he saw Prester John and the Christian armies of the East and its Lycanthropy. Oh, lynch. No, is that no linchpin? Sorry, I said Lincoln. I don't know what the fuck. I must be getting eyes must be dropping down on me. I believe he wrote in 1217 that there are more Christians than Muslims living in Islam, Islamic countries. The Christians of the Orient, as far away as the land of Prester John, have many kings who, when they hear that the crusade has arrived, will come, and it's said the fifth crusade was indeed soon launched, but it indeed didn't go well. By 1221, its final year, it seemed doomed to fail. But Jacques remained optimistic, and that sprang. God, yeah. I must be, my eyes must be going, tripping on my brain. That spring, he broadcast good tidings. A new and mighty protector of Christianity has arisen. He wrote, "He is King David of India, who has taken the field of battle against the unbelievers at the head of an army of unparalleled size." This King David Jacques went on was commonly called Prester John. Some rumors suggested that this king must be the son of the grandson of the original Prester John. But others told a different story, that Prester John had access to the fountain of youth and was immortal. Know that we were born and blessed in the womb of our mother 562 years ago, Prester John claimed in one version of his letter, and since then I have bathed in the fountain 6 times. Jacques pronouncements were crusade propaganda, but they had roots in fact. In 1219, Genghis Khan had embarked on a campaign of conquest in Persia and had defeated powerful Muslim armies there. News of his victories had thrilled the sect of Eastern Christians known as the Nestorians, who seem to have interpreted them as the fulfillment of a dream. They had been clinging to for centuries that an army of magi led by a priest king from India would soon arrive and release them from Muslim domination via the Nestorians' garbled reports of Genghis Khan victories reached the Holy Land and then Europe. Then had it that the great Christian army had risen in the east and decimated the Muslims in Persia and would soon be marching on Jerusalem. Small wonder then that the Mongols were greeted as friends. Then they arrived in the Caucasus. Genghis Khan and Prester John appeared to be one and the same. Now tell me, did y'all see through it? Listen, let me tell y'all something, y'all. First of all, what they're talking about, the priest king coming to save them, it's talking about this time. So that was a prophecy, but what they did was they bastardized it. They put their Jesus and they Christian and they this and they put all their shit on top of it, right? And that's why it stinks. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's happening, you know. And another thing, let me explain this to y'all. I'm gonna explain this to y'all because our people need to know this. There are demons, but demons got a job to do. They are to torture the wicked, right? That's what they do. You can find that in the book of Enoch. Demons put foot in the ass of the wicked, the dead wicked, right? Yeah, he do send some, I guess, to harass these, these wicked, torturous people. These people that's not of the mother. Listen, demons possessing people, bullshit. Christianity, bullshit. Calling on the name of Jesus, bullshit. Getting spirits out of people's, demons out of people's body, bullshit. They don't do that. You can't find that in the Torah, you know. And you should be able to sense this the minute you go into the New Tune and says some man was possessed by a demon. That's bullshit. What else is there? Putting, like, using the crosses and stuff, to ward off stuff. That's bullshit. All of that's bullshit. If there was spirits that make you do certain things, then the Most High wouldn't be coming to punish the world for their sins. And he wouldn't punish the children of the fathers of the third and fourth generation. He wouldn't do that because they're being possessed. That is an excuse that these people make so they can justify the shit they do. And the thing is this. There's no way that anybody that's returning back to the Most High should not be able to separate themselves from the white Jesus, the black Jesus, and anything that Christianity, any of these lies on this bullshit that Christianity has poured into your brain. All of it, the cross stuff, all that is bullshit. That has nothing to do with the Most High. None of it. The Most High wants you to be one with your mother, the earth, who sustains you. He wants you to be one with nature. And by keeping his laws and his ceremonies, it's actually one with nature. This is why you have a Sabbath for the land. The land has to rest just like you have to rest. Everything is for a reason. You go and, like, even with all these fucking churches everywhere, you show me where the Most High said build all these goddamn churches. You see what I'm saying? And you show me where he telling you to call on somebody damn else and to speak to him. When you know like hell, the only people that speak to him, is the Levites. Now don't get me wrong. If he calls you, to speak for him, then you will. But he sends an angel to answer you in your dreams, or he'll give it to the priest to answer you when you pray or whatever. And if you notice, he didn't make our people wait. I forgot the sister name, in one of the stories, but she prayed and got an answer the next day. or later on that day. I think Samuel answered it or whatever, you know. So even like when who was that? Was that Isaiah when he was young? It was one of them, and he was in the bed, and the Most High called to him, and he answered him. And they was in the temple during the time because they was sleeping. I think Samuel was on one bed and he was on the other, and he told Samuel that he hear a voice calling him. He said, "Answer it." You know what I'm saying? So listen, man. All this shit with this Christianity, all this, these demons and you need crosses, and you got to go into the church, and you got to call somebody else's name to pray to the Most High, and somebody died for you, and you redeemed by somebody's blood. That is bullshit, and more bullshit. No man can die for you. All that shit, you got to take all that stuff and throw it the fuck away. It is garbage. It's no good. And that's what he's telling you. Like, come on. You just sat here and listened to me read some shit. Well, they literally took a prophecy of that's going to happen now where, David is going to come and fuck up everybody over there to, to free up all the lands that belong to us over there. So, that is true. But you going to tell me that the Most High's got David walking around with the fucking name Christian on him? Or something like that, and then telling you that Jerusalem's over there? See how long? Listen, that show you right there that most of the melanated people over there were not of us, or they were wicked as fuck. And, let me stop cursing so much. But you see what I'm saying? Like, listen, y'all. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. You know that that's not no Jerusalem over there. What's the point of them coming over here? If they took down Jerusalem in the tens, what's the point of them coming over here? Because they said they took down Jerusalem. So you telling me it was 12, 13 Jerusalems? And then you got church, the name church. Where do you see church? There's only one temple of the Most High. There's altars in every land, yes. But there ain't no damn temples everywhere. His temple is in the land, the city with his name on it. That's one place. All these churches and talking about, nah, man, come on, listen, all that. You got to get rid of it all, man. If you got to start over and strip yourself down and start over fresh where you can get all that stuff out your head, get it out your head. But all this demons, there are demons, but all what they telling you these demons are doing in these movies and these crosses and all that is bullshit. The cross is a seal. That's all it is, man. Like a fucking period. I start cursing again. But you see what I'm saying? And you gonna tell you this man couldn't cross a river. Come on, y'all. That's disrespectful, and it really pissed me off. Because I'm sick of this, man. It's just like they lie so much, and then you got melanated people lying with them. That's just to show you that the world is confederate with this, y'all. So you have to come out of her. That religion is feminine. Come out of her. Those religions, they're feminine. Actually, Christian is a phallic worship. You worship dicks. That's what it is. That's why you got a man, a father, a son, and a Holy Ghost, which is another nigga. It's 3 dudes, man. Come on, man. Y'all sitting here talking about something, you believe in Jesus. What? How? Where is he at? And then you take and you read in scriptures it don't say no name, but you always have. No, that means you adding to. How is you gonna say that's him? You don't even fucking know. Just like in Daniel, they give you a description of Michael. Oh, it's Jesus. Like, what? It ain't say I'm Jesus. This is a description of Jesus. Man just told David he got held up by the Prince of Persia, and David gave you a description. Daniel, like, come on, man. When did you hear David getting baptized? Like that, even with the baptizing stuff. What? Where? Show me that in the Torah. None of them got baptized. None of them. You show me a pool up in the temple of the Most High. It's an altar. Ain't no fucking pool. Your ass getting dunked in. The only pool was like they said, which is true, was the fountain of youth. That was the life-sustaining waters because that water rejuvenates you. Listen, man. Listen. Real stuff, man. Before you start getting on people's videos, talking shit, pray. Ask for the Holy Spirit, man. Because obviously, a lot of y'all that's doing this stuff, y'all ain't asking for the Holy Spirit. And y'all love that damn idol so much, you don't care what's going to happen to you. As long as you showing that idol respect. And that's not cool. Because my thing is this. He telling me to chop your fucking head off. I'm going to cut it off. Real talk. I don't care how long I knew you. You could be my son. You could be my daughter. You can be whatever you want to be. But I'm telling you now. If I'm told, and I done told you, and I done told you, and I done told you, and you ain't listening, you up here sitting with your pride and your thumb up your ass. And most I tell me, get you pop out of here. Don't sit there and be sitting there doing the why, Chris, please, Chris, throwing up and shit. I got you, bro. Quick and clean, slice. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do just like Chris did them niggas in that motherfucking abandoned house. Real talk, man. Cause like the disrespect is going too far, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed what I read, but I didn't enjoy what I read because that was utmost disrespect, man. They disrespected David. They disrespected the Most High, and it's like, and you got people backing the hell up and saying that's okay. It's not okay, man. That shit ain't okay at all. This is your power. This who's coming to save you. When are you gonna stand up for him? He said, "Who's gonna stand up for you? When are you gonna do it, man? How long? You up here? You wanna be free? You wanna be at rest, but you don't wanna stand up for him because you scared to say something to somebody. You worry about what people got to say about you. Listen, let me tell you something. Forget them. And I wanted to say the other word, but I ain't. Forget them. What did they pull you out your mom booty when you was born? Did they clothe you? Did they put that spirit in that body? No. When you get into problems, do they come and save you? Do they come pay your bills or any of that stuff? No. So what is you worried about them for? Forget them. You need to be worried about is honoring your power. And not honoring these phony, fake behind Negroes out here that don't have no respect for their own mother, their own father, or nothing. You know? And anybody that's been listening to the video, you're not going to sit here and tell me you didn't hear it. Because I heard it. I felt it. And I seen the bullshit. And I know y'all did. So, now, this right here going to be a defining part for you. Because if you sit there and say, no, Jesus, then you bought that, man. You bought that. Because there's no way you can tell that the Most High is the say all and be all. There is no middleman, no seconds, no thirds, no fucking helper. There is none of that. I tell you that too many times. I don't need no help. You know what I mean? He don't need your help, man. The hell he needs somebody to speak for him for? He ain't need nobody to speak to us any other damn time. What do you need somebody for now? Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop, man, for real. Because time is getting short and he ain't playing. And the grace that's on, and this is, y'all don't understand, this is your grace. For now. But it ain't gonna be no grace in a minute. You know, because he ain't gonna be playing, man. Like, listen, I'm telling you. I'm warning y'all. Y'all better stop. You better stop, man. You better stop. That's all I got to say. You better stop. Because whatever grace you got, even though he's still sending judgment out every day, but whatever, you know, you got that he's allowing you, you better take it and use it as an absolute certainty, you know, that he's got your back, but you got to stop disrespecting him. And that's what we're doing. A lot of our people are disrespecting the Most High. Really bad, man. A lot. I mean, really bad. And my thing is this: how long do you think you gonna keep putting up with that shit, y'all? Like, let's be honest. How long do you think the Most High is going to keep putting up with you calling him fucking Baal or Balaam, Baal or whatever he is? Because that's the name you're using. That Jesus is Baal. You know? So how long do you think you're going to keep doing that? You know? You got to stop, man. You have to stop. This what I read to y'all, this is enough for y'all to understand that there is no fucking Christ, no son that's coming, that's doing what they tell me. There's a David, yes, but there ain't no damn Christ doing that. Ain't no nigga. I ain't gonna call nobody a nigga, but there ain't no naga and there ain't no damn paleface coming to save your ass. The Most High is coming, and he ain't gonna be what you think. He ain't gonna look what you think. It's gonna be something really terrible. That's why he called it the terrible day. Because you ain't gonna, they ain't gonna be able to understand, and your ass ain't gonna understand what the hell is you looking at. But I guarantee you this: motherfuckers' face is gonna turn different colors from fear. I can guarantee you that. So, listen, come up out of that, man. Yeah, I'm making a cheat sheet right here in this noise. Yeah, I still make cheat sheets, y'all. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I keep it basic, baby. But yeah, man. So, I hope y'all enjoy that. Leave me some comments because this video right here is worth tons of comments. Because this was some fire. I'm not gonna lie. This was some straight flamethrower. So leave me some comments. You know, and let's keep building. When I finish cooking my chi-chi, I'm gonna go ahead and hunt down the next part. Or I might just keep going, but leave me some comments on this one, y'all. All right, shalom.